The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby facing an unusually hot day at the park, immediately establishing a scenario grounded in a relatable environmental challenge. The extreme temperature affects their moods, energy levels, and motivation, providing both a literal and metaphorical catalyst for escalating chaos. Mordecai approaches the situation with cautious pragmatism, attempting to maintain productivity despite the oppressive heat, while Rigby reacts impulsively, seeking shortcuts, instant gratification, or clever ways to avoid discomfort. This contrast sets the stage for the episode's central tension: responsibility and adaptation versus recklessness and indulgence. The inciting incident occurs when Mordecai and Rigby attempt to manage the park under extreme conditions. Ordinary tasks such as watering plants, maintaining park facilities, or interacting with visitors quickly become challenging under the sweltering heat, and Rigby's impatience causes him to devise increasingly absurd shortcuts. Mordecai tries to balance efficiency with adherence to rules, but the environmental strain magnifies their contrasting personalities, creating tension and humor. The extreme weather functions as both a practical obstacle and a narrative device, escalating mundane responsibilities into exaggerated challenges that reflect the series' signature pattern of turning ordinary situations into surreal adventures. Chaos escalates when their attempts to cope with the heat spiral out of control. Rigby's impulsive solutions, including makeshift cooling devices, environmental manipulation, and improbable contraptions, produce unpredictable consequences that affect not only themselves but the broader park environment. Physical comedy, visual exaggeration, and surreal distortions heighten the absurdity, including malfunctioning water systems, sliding surfaces, and chaotic interactions with objects and secondary characters. Muscle Man and High Five Ghost inadvertently contribute to the disorder, either by misunderstanding the purpose of Mordecai and Rigby's inventions or by intensifying the effects of their actions, emphasizing the ensemble-driven escalation that defines the series' humor. The narrative introduces a central metaphorical tension. The temperature is both literal and symbolic, representing rising stress, impatience, and escalating impulsivity. Mordecai's attempts to mediate, plan, and improvise highlight his cautious personality, while Rigby's increasingly extreme actions, ranging from over-the-top mechanical contraptions to dangerous improvisation, demonstrate the comedic consequences of unchecked impulsivity. The episode uses exaggeration and surreal escalation to explore how ordinary environmental stress can magnify personality flaws, emphasizing visual humor, slapstick sequences, and situational absurdity. The climax occurs when the extreme heat reaches a narrative peak, producing a chaotic, high-energy scenario in which park facilities fail, environmental hazards multiply, and Mordecai and Rigby face the consequences of their improvised solutions. Their friendship, quick thinking, and reactive problem-solving allow them to navigate the crisis, highlighting the recurring theme that teamwork, even when flawed and impulsive, can overcome extreme obstacles. The episode maximizes surreal exaggeration during this sequence, blending environmental distortion, physical comedy, and escalating tension to create a visually dynamic and humorously intense resolution. The resolution restores order, though traces of the chaos remain as subtle visual gags, environmental changes, or humorous character reactions. Benson delivers his trademark reprimand, humorously minimizing the extreme circumstances, while Mordecai and Rigby reflect on the episode's events with mild acknowledgement of their impulsive mistakes. The cyclical closure reinforces the series' pattern: temporary disorder, exaggerated consequences, and a return to habitual behavior without lasting personal growth, allowing the narrative to maintain continuity while preparing for the next adventure. Temp exemplifies Season 2's narrative approach of transforming ordinary, relatable challenges, like extreme weather, into surreal, high-energy adventures. It emphasizes character-driven conflict, ensemble dynamics, and escalating absurdity, blending slapstick humor, inventive problem-solving, and visual exaggeration. The episode highlights the interaction between environmental conditions and personality, demonstrating how stress, impulsivity, and teamwork interact to produce unpredictable, comedic outcomes. By combining relatable struggles with surreal escalation, Temp continues regular show's rhythm of high-energy comedy while deepening the exploration of Mordecai and Rigby's contrasting personalities, impulsive tendencies, and the consequences of creative problem-solving in absurd circumstances.